guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Victoria. Thank you so much for being here. So if you are into art, books, and disability, everything in between, hit that subscribe button and join the fam. So today we're going to be talking about my October TBR. I'm super excited about it. I have some really good books on the list. So if you're interested in that, yeah, just keep on watching. This is basically a retelling of a gothic horror story set in Mexico City, surrounding areas, and I'm just really excited to read this book. I think I'm on chapter 4, so I've heard a lot of good things, and I can't wait. This is also a New York Times bestseller. So it says, after receiving a frantic letter from her newlywed cousin begging for someone to save her from a mysterious doom, Noemi Tobato heads to the High Place, a distant house in the Mexican countryside. She's not sure what she will find. Her cousin's husband, a handsome Englishman, is a stranger, and Noemi knows little about the region. Her only ally in this inhospitable abode is the family's youngest son, shy and gentle. He seems to want to help Noemi, but might also be hiding dark knowledge of his family's past. So the next book I am continuing to read is 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater, and this is the author of Half Soul, which I absolutely loved the first book. So this is set in the same place, but not necessarily the same characters. So this book follows Euphemia Reeves, and she is a housekeeper for this wealthy family. She is a housekeeper for this wealthy family, and she has fallen in love with Benedict, which is the brother of the lord of the house. And she really wants for Benedict to fall in love with her. So she then ends up meeting her fairy godfather, Lord Blackthorn, who will help her make all of her dreams come true if she stitches 10,000 stitches into his jacket. I heard this series was basically Bridgerton with fairies and magic, and I was sold by that, and I'm absolutely loving this so far. I loved Half a Soul. I definitely powered through that in a few days, honestly. So yeah, and this is 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater. Very much cottagecore fall vibes. So the next book is Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I absolutely love the cover art for this. I think it's so cool and art deco, so imaginative. And this is another gothic horror story. So I'm really into gothic horror stories right now. So this is basically about Constanta, and I will read a little bit. So it says, this is my last love letter to you, though some would call it a confession. Saved from the brink of death by a mysterious stranger, Constanta transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. So again, Constanta is absolutely betrothed to Dracula, and he has other consorts, and it is basically a sapphic gothic horror, which I was sold. And the writing is really, really beautiful, so I can't wait to really dive deep into this one, and hopefully get to it by the end of October, because it is written really, really beautifully. So the book I have is The Body in the Garden by Catherine Shulman, and I love a good murder mystery, a super good cozy mystery, and this follows Lily Adler, so this is part of the Lily Adler mysteries. And it says that in London, 1815, newly widowed Lily Adler is returning to a society that frowns on independent women. She is determined to create a meaningful life for herself, even without a husband. We love feminism here. Lily overheard a man in the garden, and he winds up being shot. So it basically follows her and her two friends finding out whodunit. I love a cozy mystery. I love a cozy time period mystery. I'm currently reading the Murdoch mysteries, or I'm currently watching the Murdoch mysteries on Amazon Prime. So if you have read this series, let me know. I'm very much enthralled by this book. I love it. And I can't wait to read. I picked up the other 2 books because I love a good murder mystery. So yeah, I'm deeply enthralled. So the next book I have is Juniper and Thorne by Ava Reed. I've heard really mixed reviews, but I think that most of them are just like, it's an interesting book, trigger warnings for sure. And I just love the cover of the art. It's very, not Art Deco, but, maybe Art Deco. Yeah, a little bit Art Nouveau. There you go. I definitely have an MFA. So this is a gothic horror fairy tale. It follows Marlinchen and her 2 sisters and their father, who is a wizard in the town. And they sneak out to enjoy the city's amenities, and she also has a late night tryst with a ballerina, or a male version of a ballerina. So caught between history and progress and blood and desire, Marlinchen must draw upon her own magic to keep her city safe and find her place within it. So it's almost like a gothic horror coming of age story, which is really cool. And I've never read anything by this author, so I'm very excited. And again, mixture of trigger warnings, but I'm very excited. So the next book I have that I'm reading is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This book has been everywhere for a very long time now, probably for a few years. And I just love the peaches with the dripping blood. I think that's so cool. And it almost matches my painting back there. But this is supposed to be a vampire tale. I love it. I live in the South, so I think that's really cool. And again, almost like a Southern gothic horror, which there should be way more of, I think. And so I'm gonna read the synopsis because I have started it. So this says, fried green tomatoes and steel magnolias meet Dracula in the southern flavored supernatural thriller set in the 90s about a women's book club that must protect its suburban community from a mysterious and handsome stranger who turns out to be a blood-sucking fiend. So this follows Patricia and all of her friends from the Southern Club, and I just started reading it. It's really fun. We're just getting into the nitty-gritty about chapter 3 or 4, but I've only heard great things about this, so I can't wait to finish reading it. And I think that's honestly all I'm gonna get to October, but I do have an honorable mention, which is Bunny by Mona Allwood. So I've heard rave reviews about this. You either love it or you hate it. So this is my honorable mention. And so it says, Samantha Mackey couldn't be more of an outsider in her small, highly selective MFA program. That alone had me, because I just finished an MFA program. So at New England's Warren University. So it says, soon her friendships with Ava and the bunnies will be brought into deadly collision. So I'm kind of thinking it's a horror meets Cruel Intentions, dark academia, which I love. So yeah, these are the books that I'm planning on reading for October. We'll see if I get to all of them, but if you've read any of these books or you have other recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to start a conversation with you all. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!